Adam, after you decided to make a change at defensive coordinator, why did you pick Frank Bush for the interim role?
Frank's been with me since 2017, and he's been a coordinator before. He's was in Houston 2009, 2010, and Frank's somebody that I really trust and has been in the league a long time.
How do you want your guys to respond right now after a gut-wrenching defeat last week against the Raiders? I know it's a week-to-week league, and you got to move on quickly, but that one felt a little bit different.
Yeah, our guys are just, they've been good about it all year, about moving on. When you get to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you got to put the last one behind you. You got to go to work. We got a big challenge ahead of us.
Adam, 6 straight games now, your offense has scored on the opening possession. And Sam Darnold got into a rhythm early. You needed a third down, and here's Brashad Perriman.
We came out, we kind of were thinking we were going to see some man coverage early, especially on third down. We got an opportunity here where, Perriman has outside leverage. He's running across the field. We got Crowder as a single receiver, which, we have to move him around quite a bit because they double team him a lot.
They play you guys differently because maybe respecting your speed a lot. It seemed like the safeties were playing back, and that might have helped your run game.
Yeah, this was the first time I think we've seen all year where a team actually played middle field open against us. That's what you have to be able to do. If you get those looks, you have to be able to run the football, which we were able to do. Finally getting some middle field open was good to see.
Well, and then here you got Denzel Mims on a linebacker, and you'll take that.
Yeah, so we got Crowder in the backfield here, Herndon here, single receiver. They end up getting to a safety pressure. They get there really late. Guys did a good job getting up the ball, snapping it. Crowder does a good job of really running this guy off and clearing it out for Mims coming across the field.
And Mims 2 catches.
I think a lot of these guys thought we were going to have a bigger day in the passing game, but we were doing so well in the run game. It was, we had less attempts than probably what we thought going into the game, but that's how a game goes. We adjusted to what was working and what we were seeing, and the O-line did a really good job of opening up some holes, and, the backs did a good job of hitting it.
What are you seeing here, the third down, the call? You got Crowder comes inside, and then you got basically a clear out.
Yeah, so what we got going on here is, one, Sam sees it's going to be blitz 0. He makes sure that we're good protection-wise, and now it's just basically – Crowder's got to get open on his guy, which he does a good enough job where he moves the defender and then, gets a step on him.
In the run game last week, 206 yards on the ground, 6.1 yards a pop. How about the gap here that develops between Pat Elflein and Mekhi Becton?
Yeah, they're doing a good job. Pat, just getting here, playing a position that he really, he's a center. Him playing guard and learning this as quickly as he has, I feel like he's done a hell of a job. And, I'm glad we have him because, he's a good player.
What do you like about his skill set?
Anytime you have a center playing guard, it makes just the center's job. But he loves it because it's two guys thinking alike. Outside of that, the effort he plays with, the toughness he plays with, the angles that he's able to really put himself, in those kind of positions, he's done a really good job in those areas.
Ty Johnson here. 8-yard gain, and you got Ryan Griffin lining up as fullback again. He did a real nice job for you throughout last Sunday's contest, and again, you got a hole on the left side.
This is not, especially with a guy like Ryan, who's a taller guy. This isn't his natural position, obviously, but he does a good job of really kind of clearing away for Ty. And then you can see here, Beck does a really good job of really creating a hole on his own just by throwing 96 up the field.
Every week, it seems like he's just mauling guys in the run game.
Yeah, he's a dominant run player for sure. He's been really good in the pass game. We had a couple plays where he got beat, which, he'll learn from. But, he's been about as steady as we could ask him to be.
How about Josh Adams? A couple of years ago, he led the Philadelphia Eagles in rushing. He gets free for 20 here. Tell me what's going on with the blocking scheme, because you got Griffin coming across, you got Fant going the other way.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot of, you got to have some eye discipline here if you're on defense because, you got to shift here. So here the full front moves, the linebackers move. Now you're going to have Crowder coming across on like a jet sweep type deal. And then Ryan's coming back for the end. So, I mean, you got linebackers out of position. Perryman does a good job taking care of the safeties. There's just nobody else left.
What do you think about Adam's explosion? He showed me a little bit.
I was fired up for Josh because, I mean, I know none of this has been easy over the last 2 years for him. He's wanted to play, hasn't had the opportunity. We tried to give him some chances last year. It was just hard to get him in the game. And for him to have this opportunity, he made the most of it.
Last run and play here. Sam Darnold accounted for 3 touchdowns, second consecutive year against the Raiders, 2 touchdowns throwing to Jamison Crowder. And this one, he ran in with authority. What do you think from the sideline?
Yeah, I wasn't really sure how he was going to – when I saw him pull it, I was like, all right, how good his shoulder's feeling. But he ended up taking him on with his left shoulder, so which I was kind of happy about. But everybody forgets Sam's a big kid now. You're not talking about a 195-pound quarterback. You're talking about a guy that's in the 220 range.
DK Metcalf is leading the National Football League in receiving with over 1,100 yards already, and there's still a quarter of the season to go.
He's been tough since he's gotten in the league. I mean, he's strong, he's powerful.
Do you like this from a receiver standpoint that he's coming back to his quarterback?
Yeah, this is good. Protect the throw. I think I like the fact that he puts his hand on this guy's chest and just drives him into the ground. I mean, that's just, you don't see this often from a wideout, but this guy's a physical freak.
What are you seeing here from Russell and also Metcalf as well?
So you can see here the timing of the play for Russell gets disrupted. He's looking to throw down here on the right. It's not there. He starts moving around the pocket. So when he goes to escape here, he realizes he's got a shot with Metcalf here on the sideline, which Metcalf does a great job of coming back downhill to once again protect the throw, to move the chains.
How impressed are you by Wilson's accuracy?
It's been insane since he's gotten in the league. I mean, his deep balls especially. I mean, he puts the ball where he wants to put it. He's a hard guy to rattle. You have to try to just keep him in the pocket as much as possible if you can. But even then, it sometimes doesn't matter because he'll push the ball down the field.
Tyler Lockett's also going to go over 1,000 yards this season. So the Seahawks are going to have 2 receivers with 1,000+ yards, and he's already got 76 catches. And listen, if you're open even the slightest bit, Wilson's going to find you.
Yeah, you can see here what they're doing is it's kind of a double move. It's what we would say is 2 through a zone here where you got the outside guy is running a post. He's trying to hold that safety. And then now Lockett gets behind the corner. So now the safety's kind of in a bind here. He's got to pay attention to the post going through the middle and try to figure out a way to get to Lockett here quickly. And I mean, there's a small window there, but Russell fits it in there.
What I wanted to ask you here is the Giants standing up, moving all over the place, and it doesn't throw Wilson as a consummate professional veteran off here, and he just takes his time and before Lockett springs free.
Yeah, Russell's a hard guy to disrupt in this capacity, especially when the play breaks down. He knows how to be patient. He knows when to escape the pocket. He knows when to hang in there. He has a really good feel for what's around him.
All right, Adam, zone read here. Chris Carson, like we mentioned before, they want to have balance. They can put the ball in Russell's hands all day long and be comfortable, but Carson is I think one of the more underrated backs in the NFL.
This is one of the variety they can show here with an aspect of they can give you the power run game. They can give you those 2-backs looks. They can give you the 3 tight end looks. Then they spread it out. They can kind of get the zone read game going. They can get the RPOs going. They got the whole gamut of stuff. And you can see here, this is a really good cut here, basically coming back door and then really making the safety realize that he wasn't an easy tackle.
So got to have it situation. Giants have the lead. Seahawks driving down the field. They spread it, and Russell makes this play.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of things on this play. They do a good job of where they put personnel. Metcalf's in the slot here with Carson outside. So the corner is playing what we would say is true zone, which means the corner has the seam. So the linebacker's going to basically buzz out to the flat. The corner squeezes on Metcalf. They double move Carson on the outside. So now he's technically open. It's just all about time and distance at this point. Russell throws the right ball, and he's able to back shoulder him. And Metcalf being in the slot makes it even harder for that corner because, that's like a big guy running fast down the seam. So he's definitely going to try to squeeze on him as tight as possible because he can, big body him, being able to, find him on the outside and throwing the right ball as far as back shoulder him is impressive.
What are you expecting from your guys today? You've said it all year, the effort's been there, and we especially saw that last week against the Raiders where you can make the argument that was one of your most complete efforts of the season.
Yeah, it's just going to come down to, fighting for 4 quarters and, whether the offense is on the field at the end or the defense is on the field at the end, whoever it is has to finish the game.